What's up, guys and girls? This is James at Locking the Value and Copy My Crypto, talking to you today about the wonderful world of crypto. Crypto fear, and if we look at the crypto fear and greed index at the moment, fear is at its the index is at its lowest level since April of 2020, just before the run really started. So people are starting to panic about the bull market, or some people are. Nothing to really fear at all. There's been a hell of a lot of FUD lately, and one particular story I'm going to get into in a second, mainly because it pissed me off, and I want to talk about it and explain why. But what we've seen in the last 30 days is multiple institutions buying up Bitcoin to the tune of about 112,000 Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin Magazine stated in a tweet. So institutions in the last 30 days, I've just been buying and buying and buying. And a MicroStrategy bought a bunch more on the 13th of May, when there was the dip after Elon had tweeted out that I think it was that day. So yeah, FUD. Elon and Tesla have certainly moved a bit of FUD. SEC are now working on it, and I'll get to that in a sec. The spreadsheet has been updated. These are my first 26 coins that I spoke about that I thought would crush it in the bull market. Clearly, Grin is crushing it, 33% up. But no, these Phantom, it was my top pick for the year. I said it would be the best. I did a Udemy course saying I thought it would be the best investment of the year. So it was 128x, so $100 would have netted you a $12,800 profit. I'm only in a few of these now. The rest are I cashed out positions and put into coins I think will do a far better run in this current bull market cycle that we are in. Don't fear. There is nothing to fear right now. This is a bull cycle, no doubt about it. It's just a dip. But yeah, this is what I share on Copy My Crypto. This is my live. So I share. Well, this isn't my live portfolio. I share my live portfolio along with updates on what I'm buying, why I'm buying it, if I'm strengthening positions, selling. And if you're brand new to crypto, this is perfect for you. You can literally see exactly what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and match my profits. So go on to copymycrypto.com and check it out. Right, guys, news. Okay, Forbes. You know I hate Forbes. Anyone that watches this channel knows I hate Forbes. They're always doing crypto FUD. But US officials are investigating crypto exchange Binance amid the market's massive boom. Now, they are being investigated, which is staggering. They're being investigated with regards to money laundering. Bloomberg notes that more illicit funds flowed through Binance last year than any other crypto exchange. That makes it sound really, really bad. And always there's something to worry about. So, according to Chain Analysis, rather, when they looked at the trading platforms in 2019, $756 million wound up on Binance that was believed to be crooks moving money, so laundering their money, right? 756 million sounds a lot until you factor in that money laundering around the world costs over $300 billion, 100 of which, it's in the US, it's 300 billion. In the US alone, $300 billion is what's laundered, money that's laundered through banks. So there are banks all over America. We know for a fact that there is that much money being laundered. In fact, in 2019, it's estimated that the UK in 2019, so it'll be more now, in the UK, it was estimated that there were 325 billion pounds and 300 billion US dollars. So the 756 million of the same year that ended up on Binance is not even a third of it's not even 0.3% of the total money in America that was laundered that year. Here's a question: is it conspiracy when it's so obvious? Like, what's happening right now is we've got an SEC apparently investigating into Binance, who have always been very clear about the fact that they work in a collaborative fashion with said institutions. But the SEC are going after these. Now, the only difference between crypto right now and banks is your everyday person is making better money with crypto than they are with banks. That's the only difference. Right? Forget decentralization and all of that. The average Joe is getting wealthier, or certainly better off through crypto than they are through banks. And the banks are doing 900 times the amount of money laundering that Binance itself are doing from 2 years ago. But no one's going after the banks. SEC aren't going after the banks. US government aren't going after the banks. But they'll investigate Binance. Staggering. Absolutely staggering. There's something very insidious and something very dirty that's happening around governments at the moment in general with money printing, and when there seems to be really targeted agendas with stuff like this. You know, we already have tons of FUD with crypto. That's part and parcel of what we get. We know that. Anyone that was in the bull market 4 years ago, when we were sitting here listening to all the news about Chinese miners running the show, manipulating Bitcoin price, to now what we have is US institutions in a large part in manipulating Bitcoin price, as well as rich Tesla owners manipulating crypto so that they can then make a play for energy efficiency, carbon emission taxes. Is staggering. It's staggering. And it's just part of what we have to deal with. It doesn't mean it doesn't piss you off, but it's just worth pointing out. So even and that's just money laundering. So tax evasion period costs $427 billion a year. $1 billion a year, according to the Tax Justice Network. And that's during a time of COVID, by the way. And when you're then looking at less than $1 billion in transactions in total volume for potential money laundering or even tax evasion, or however you want to phrase it, because to be fair, the SEC phrased it as they're looking at it from both a tax evasion and a money laundering issue with integrity, looking at the bank integrity unit. That was how they differ, which is staggering. I know I've never heard the word bank and integrity in the same sentence. Yeah, it's just it's what, and to be fair, CZ came out, you know, and said they've always made sure that they work in collaborative fashion with lawmakers and whatnot. So it's something we have to deal with, but it adds to the fear at the moment. And the fear and greed index, like we said, is at the lowest it's been since April of last year. And May of last year is when we started seeing everything smash into gear. So one thing I would say, when everyone's fearful, be greedy. That's the phrase, right? I think Warren Buffett said it, but it's true. It's true. And while there are dips, and Bitcoin's been moving sideways between 45 and 60, bouncing between those 2 points for literally 3 months now, and it's still in between that point. And while people are more fearful, it means there's going to be maybe a longer consolidation phase before a huge breakout. But that breakout will come. But in the meantime, we've got to listen to this nonsense. And you've got to take it with a pinch of salt. Because, you know, you can't, the SEC, they can have a look, and they might be investigating individuals, or they might be investigating Binance. Sounds more like they're going after individuals, but even so, the way it's presented in media makes it sound way worse than it is. And it clearly isn't that. But yeah, worth bearing in mind. Okay. But yeah, while the market is fearful, guys, be greedy. Be greedy. It's the way to be. Anyway, yeah, quick news update. As for the rest of your evening, if you're new to crypto, go on to Copy My Crypto and check out the website. It's the easiest way for you to make simple steps and get wealthy. Check the website out. Anyway, that's it from me. Take care and stay safe. Bye-bye.